Speak your truth. In this video, I'm going to share about why it's important to speak your truth, what are the consequences if you don't, my experiences around speaking my truth, and how to overcome the barriers and the fears around speaking your truth and how to solve that. Welcome back to another video. My name is Chantal and I empower women to step into their highest potential. Related to self-love, living the dream life, finding your life purpose. And in today's video, I'm going to share about speaking your truth and how to do that. Because currently, I think everyone is experiencing this in one form or another. Speaking your truth is a challenge. And why it's so hard is because we are conditioned with the way that we shouldn't share what we actually have inside. Especially related to men. I think women have the conditioning, don't show him that you like him. Play it cool. Play hard to get. Really, just act as if you don't care, because that's apparently the best way. Furthermore, I grew up in a family where expression wasn't even allowed. I had a father who was narcissistic and physically and mentally abusive. So a no wouldn't be an option in our house. And expression was something that was really, really tough for me. And I didn't know what the consequences were by doing so. So what makes it so hard to share your truth is also that we have the fear that we might lose someone. We have the fear that we will be judged about our insecurities, around our fears, around our vulnerability. And especially for myself, I never experiment with expressing my full truth. And related to the fact that I was playing a game related to men, because I just never knew what was okay and what was not okay to share. And the consequence of that is that our energy gets stuck and our suppressed emotions will be stored somewhere in our bodies. And that, even the suppression amplifies the feeling that we are afraid of. And furthermore, one of the most important things is if we suppress this, most of the time we create what we are scared of. So when we don't share our truth and hold it inside, it will boil up, it will get bigger, it will get amplified, our shame gets bigger, our fear gets bigger, our fear for judgment gets bigger, rejection, you name it. And the worst part is that there's a risk that we will create exactly what we are scared of by not expressing our truth. So my suggestion would be, and especially because I've been experimenting with this, not a little bit, but full on, is to start expressing your truth. And what does that mean, expressing your truth? For me, expressing my truth means that if I'm feeling insecure or if I like someone, that I just express it. And the first time someone suggested this, to be a little bit more vulnerable and to just express oh, with that man, oh, you give me a nice feeling or whatever. I was like, hold up, I'm not going to do that. It's why would I do that? Then maybe he thinks that I'm needy. Then he thinks that I like him. And the problem is that that's the conditioning. We think that we shouldn't share that, especially as women. And it's actually the opposite, because that's my experience. And that's what I'm going to share with you today as well. So what I did is I started experimenting to see what can I share, what can I not share, and how do I feel. And the funny thing is, you can express everything. Everything is welcome, believe it or not. And specifically when it's insecurity, and if you own the insecurity by saying like, I don't know what's happening, but I'm just really insecure. And, or like, I like you. I don't know why, but I like you. I want to be special to you. And when you own that feeling, when you fully embrace that feeling inside of you and you express it, it's actually an explosion of release. I didn't expect that at all, but what happened was when I started doing this more and more, and like more details and more fear around it, I just went through it and I started sharing more of my truth. And what happened was that I didn't notice that up until that moment that I was sharing it, it was really boiling up, fully boiling up. And after that, like as soon as I expressed it, it was like an explosion of release. All the energy that got stuck, all the fears were like out in the open, and there was actually nothing to hold on to anymore. So what I can recommend is start experimenting. Just say when you like someone currently and he's not aware of it yet, or you think he's aware of it, but it's like, I don't know, like it's probably clear, just start sharing it. It's like, I don't know, it's like every time I'm around you, like I have this feeling inside of me. And I really enjoy our conversations and I would love to explore more. And by doing so, or if you're insecure or you think that the other person doesn't like you enough, or just say like, I just want to spend time with you and I have the feeling that you don't want to do that. By fully owning it, it becomes playful. It becomes so vulnerable, so beautiful. I can, experiment with it. Start doing it. And what do you do with your fear? Because your fear is part of it. Fear is part of vulnerability. And the power of vulnerability, you probably know Brené Brown. She's my great teacher. Like the power of vulnerability, you will only see it when you experiment with it. And someone said today, a singer-songwriter, darkness is expressed to the light when truth is spoken. And this is actually true. Like the darkness and the suppressed feelings inside will be released as soon as you speak your truth. So my first tip would be experiment. My second would be share that you're scared to share it. Like, so when you start experimenting with this, share that, like, it's like, ooh, I'm scared to do this, or it's my first time that I'm gonna share something like this with someone, or I don't know how this will come across, but please bear with me. Please share it. Even that helps you to release it. And then one of the most important things is like when we express, it is for ourselves. Don't expect the other person to meet you halfway. If you express from a place, for instance, of anger, sadness, or whatever is coming up, don't blame the other. Just express your feelings. Especially that part is really important. We cannot expect the other person to meet us halfway. So if we would express, I really like you, or I just want to spend time with you, and the other person isn't able to meet you halfway, of course that is not a pleasant feeling. But the suppressed feeling of what you have currently in your body, which is not expressed, is way worse. Even this I experimented and experienced like recently, that when I released it, it was actually not that important anymore what the other person thought. And the expression is purely for yourself, to release suppressed and stuck energy, to bring it to the light. So remember that, that's a very important one. The expression is for you. So thank you again for watching. Please like, Give me a comment, share if you agree with this. Depending on the platform you're on, start following me, check out my YouTube channel and subscribe, and check out my other videos that I have on YouTube. Thank you for watching. With love.